Welcome back. So I want to talk a little bit about paging because we have CRUD set up now. We can read, create, update, and delete our data. But I also want to be able to get data in lesser size, because right now if we get all orders right here, that would be fine for the small system. But as the system starts to grow and you end up having a gazillion orders, you end up having a lot of orders because you're a success, you'll probably have a hard time retrieving all those orders because it'll be a lot of data to get back. So think of it this way. If we go to Google right now and we search for paging, I already did that, you'll notice I got 500,000 hits, right? Now, if I had to show them all right here, that would be a lot of data to get from Google, right? So what they do is they kind of page it so that you get 10 hits per page. So look right here, I have 10 different hits, and then down in the bottom I can now page and go to the next one. Here's the next 10 hits, and the next 10 hits, etc., etc. So we want to build something similar for our system so we can send in some kind of way to kind of get a list of hits. Another thing we want to do is we want to be able to filter our code, something like this, where you can go in and say, I only want the results in the last hour, for instance, right? And I'll do a request like this, and notice nothing came back. Okay, maybe in a month then. Let's try and do that, and then I'll get the last results for the past month and stuff like that. So we want to be able to page but also filter our data. The last thing we want to be able to do is maybe order our data. So that's kind of three big areas that we can start working with inside our code. This lesson will focus on paging because it's not that complex to actually get started with paging. So jumping into our code right here, let's try and add some paging to our get all orders right here. Now I've just added to kind of prepare myself for filtering with different areas like paging and ordering and sorting. I actually added this small filter class right here, where right now we just have a current page and an items per page. That's all that's inside the filter class under the entities that I just added. Now we're going to use that throughout the entire system, but for now we're only going to focus on the controller right here. So the cool thing is that we can actually add, just like right here where we said we want to read from the body, we can actually add square brackets and say we want to read from a query, right? So we want to read parts of the URL. And we want to take that data and put it inside a small filter class that we have available right here, and then we can use that filter class to start paging and working with our objects right here. So let's just have a look at the from query, and the next lesson we'll start implementing all of this power right here. Let's put in a breakpoint and try to start this and show you guys what I'm talking about right here. Program is running. Let's just try and jump into Postman. Now this is just a good old get orders that will get all orders. Let's just try and run that and see if everything still runs. This guy is now blank. There's nothing inside the filters. Both are null, or zero, sorry. And we get to the orders and we can just do a continue and, whoops, we can just do a continue and everything's fine. Nothing has changed. We'll get back all our orders, right? Now, if I go in and I want to change this, I can go in and put a question mark right here, and then I can start adding some query parameters for my request. And what did I want? Well, if we jump back right here, I'll notice in the filter, what I'm asking for is two parameters, current page and items per page. So that's the name I have to use in my query parameters. Jump back to Postman. That pretty much means that here I have to write current page. So let's write current page. And let's say 1. That's the current page that I want to show. Just like if you look at Google again, the current page, that's the one number that lights up down here. Now it's 2. That's the current page, right? Jumping back here. The other part I want is items per page. And in Google's setup, they had items per page was actually equal to 10. Right, equal 10, there we go, items per page. So if I look again at Google, they have 10 hits right here for the first page. So page number and hits per page. Sweet. Let's try and send this from Postman and see if we get another hit. There we go. And if I open the filter now, you'll notice that it actually set up now current page 1, items per page 10. So we have the data now in the controller. Next lesson we'll figure out how to get that all the way through our system and start using it inside our database. See you next time. Have fun.